ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our speech contest. We are still waiting for a few participants and parents to arrive, so please do bear with us. We will commence in about 5 minutes' time. Thank you. And welcome to our annual speech contest. I am Madam Nazma, and together with my co-MC, we will be hosting this morning's contest. I hope that you're going to enjoy this morning and have a wonderful time listening to the interesting and thought-provoking topics that our learners have prepared for us today. A warm welcome to our adjudicators as well. I'd like to say thank you so much for taking your time to be here, to share your expertise with us. Also a reminder to our parents, all speeches today are judged by a rubric that's been designed by the English Teachers Society, which means that every learner will get an equal chance when their speeches are being assessed. We'd also like to appeal to all the members of the audience at this point to please put your phone on silent or switch it off so that we do not disturb our learners while they are presenting their speeches. So, without further ado, I'd like to officially present our MC this morning that's going to assist me. I'd like to call upon Hasina Dokrat. Round of applause for Hasina Dokrat, guys. Okay, thank you so much. Another reminder, parents, please do stay till the end of the event, as all our participants will be receiving certificates for participation. So please bear with us and do stay with us until the end. I now hand you over to Hasina Dokra. Thank you.
We all wish we could live in a world where we could control everything. Our first speaker, Ilham Rubrich, for this morning, comes to tell us about living in a Minecraft world.
Ilham, it's time to put down the iPad. Those opinion, Minecraft is educational. Allow me to present my arguments. Where should I build my next village? What should I craft? This is what I call problem solving. I need to be creative. Crafting something new takes vision. In survival mode, I play with my cousins. I am the only girl, and they make me hopping mad. So I learned how to be a team player. Maybe one day I can make games that other children will enjoy. So the next time my mom wants to know what I'm doing on my iPad, I think, I'm just going to say I'm learning.
Full of mischief and wonder, they are our best friends and can be a real royal pain too. I now call Zaina Motala to tell us all about her little sister.
Good morning to one and all. The new edition. No, Zaina, leave her. She's still small. No, Zaina, don't do that. She's your baby sister. No, Zaina, don't do that. You big, sir, you understand. And so are the days of my life. When I first heard about the new edition, I thought it was a new fun movie. I was a little bit right, but this movie was a lot like Dennis the Menace. Although Zeba is 3 years younger than I am, she makes me wonder who my mother is. Picking up after her, answering her every need. I even wash her in the toilet. I've not only been upgraded to Big Sister, I'm now also a full-time nanny and playmate. I think I need to get paid in dollars. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Although Zeba is coming to rule our lives and leaves me no alone time with my parents, I can't begin to imagine life without her. She might be an absolute brat, but she's my best friend in the whole wide world, and I love her lots and lots. Thank you.
Sit tight, ladies and gentlemen, and hold on to your seats. Here comes Zoe Niker to grab your attention with her topic. It's all about ghosts.
As I was sitting in my room, the lights went out. It was pitch black. I couldn't even see my hand when I put it in front of me. The door creaked. I jumped up. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Good day, ma'am, and good day, friends. My topic for today is, are ghosts real? Well, I'm not sure yet. Mom and Dad always say, Zoe, it's all in your head. They just mean I imagine it and pretend it's real. People tell ghost stories at campouts and pajama parties just to make us scared, and sometimes it works. My sister says Casper is a really friendly ghost, and she really likes him. Scientists tried to find out if ghosts are real but gave up. One day I would like to uncover the truth. Thank you for listening.
To all the rule breakers out there, this one is for you. Please lend an ear to the Skeen Deacon, who will enlighten us on her new rule.
My new rule. My new rule. They promised to protect us, help us, and give us comfort. They lied. Instead of giving us comfort, they gave us ache and pain. Instead of helping us, they got in our way. They continued to exercise control over us, making us more and more dependent on them. Who are these two objects that have so cleverly pulled the wool over our eyes? They are shoes. The Skeen tiger shoelace. The Skeen, it's too hot for tackies or it's too cold for sandals. Mom says this every day. Why must I even wear shoes? Imagine a world without stinky socks or feet suffocating in shoes the whole day. Think about that the next time you wear a pair of shoes. No, wait. Think about that the next time you see your mom practicing her high heels, or when you see anybody struggling to put on their shoes because of their bunions. Being barefoot has many benefits. The most important benefit is better control of your foot position. Just two warnings. When attempting to walk barefoot, never walk into Legoland and beware of the aunties wearing 4-inch heels. Thank you.
Power up the generators. Eskom is at it again. Mahira Saluti is talking about when load shedding happens.
I would like to share with all of you my opinion on load shedding. I love load shedding. Before anybody thinks I'm weird, hear me out. Let me take you through a regular day at our home amidst the pandemic. Our family is so reliant on electricity. My mommy is always having my daddy is always having an online Zoom meeting with his work buddies. My mommy is always cooking in the kitchen for the people that at home 24/7 that get hungry 8 times a day. We are usually doing homework, playing games, and watching our programs. Busy, busy, busy. Everybody is busy. Then load shedding happens. Everything slows down. My daddy can't work on the laptop anymore. My mommy can't cook in the kitchen. And we can't watch our programs. So instead, we all curl up and have family time. We play some games. Mom reads a book to us and Dad tells us stories of the good old days. And most importantly, I get a lot of attention. Even though the next week is cold, because we can't warm it up, we still have the best time ever. So if you all have load shedding at home, don't be sad and enjoy the family with your loved ones. Thank you.
Strawberry, banana, chocolate, lime, or bubblegum. We all have a favorite flavor. Hafsa Bibi Karim will now tell us all about ice cream.
ladies and gentlemen. Today I am going to speak about something that everybody loves. It does not matter if you are young or old, big or small, tall or short. We all love it. To give you a better idea, it comes in different colors, flavors and sizes. You can find it on a stick, in a tub or in a cup. You can have one serving or even two. Some decorations can be added if you insist. Sprinkles, nuts, dips, and not forgetting the famous flake. On weekends and public holidays, you get excited when you hear the sound of the van or the ring of the bell. Yes, you guessed it. Ice cream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream. Who here doesn't like ice cream? I absolutely love ice cream, and my favorite flavor is watermelon. Now I will leave you thinking about your favorite. Thank you.
Well done to our grade 1 learners. You know, at this point, I'd like to mention that for some of our grade 1 learners, this is probably the first time that they've introduced their speeches to such a large audience. You know, even though they've been rehearsing over the past few weeks with their teachers and with their parents, this is the first time that they're probably standing on stage and presenting a speech. You know, I'm sure that many of you know the dreaded fear of standing and speaking in front of an audience. And for our learners to do it at the tender age of 6 and 7 years is incredibly remarkable when I look at their courage and their self-confidence. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to give them a hearty round of applause for all the effort that they put into it. Well done, grade 1 learners. While we wait for the second division, I'd like to call upon Division 2 learners to please come to the front. Another reminder to all our audience members, if you would like to take pictures of you and your children during the break, there is a pop-up photo booth right at the end with the Redwood Academy logo. So during the break, you are more than welcome to go and have your pictures taken. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to continue with the second division. I call upon Hasina. Thank you. We're just giving our judges some time to assess. As I'm sitting here, as I'm standing here and looking at the judges, honestly, I'm so glad I'm not in that position because it's a very difficult decision to make. I feel that all our learners are so good, everyone has charisma, everyone put in their best and everyone put in their effort, and therefore all contestants will get a certificate of participation at the end. Please do bear with us for a few minutes while we wait for our adjudicators, and then we will commence with Division 2. Thank you.
annoy our parents. I bet everyone knows how quick our parents get fed up of us. If we aren't really annoying them, we aren't the right type of children. Good morning to my fellow classmates and my teacher. My topic for today will be on the ways we annoy our parents. As children, we have mastered the art of manipulation. Nagging to get our way is what we do best. Saying, ew, what's that, when mom cooks something we haven't seen before, that drives mom crazy. Leaving our dirty washing laying around like it'll find its way to the basket on its own really tickles a nerve. Washing our hands but not really cleaning them is another one because we wet it just enough to drip the house full. Yes, we all do that. 5 more minutes. You can't tell me you've never used that line before. It wasn't me, our favorite. We never accept responsibilities for anything. And last but not least, my leg is sore. Just so we don't have to do any chores. So this is how I annoy my parents. Not one of you can say you've never done any of these. We are the kings and queens of annoyance. Thank you.
The sporting, enthusiastic dads out there. This next one is for you. Umar Saluji talks about soccer dads.
My deepest sympathies go out to the families of soccer dads everywhere. Do you know what a soccer dad is? Let me share with you some of his main characteristics. Number 1, he never misses watching a soccer match and schedules the whole weekend around the game. For instance, I asked Dad if we can go to the movies on Saturday night, and the answer is no, because Liverpool and Man City are playing at that time. Number 2, he talks to random strangers about soccer in a mall, in a restaurant, and even the barber shop. There he is again talking to a stranger in a matching t-shirt about Liverpool's performance this season. Number 3, when he's not watching soccer, he's playing soccer on the latest FIFA release. This usually leads Mom to say, video games are for kids and not for grown men. Number 4, he transforms from a human into a moody creature during a soccer match. 1 minute he's jumping for joy because his team scored a goal, and the next minute he's screaming at the TV screen because they gave away a free kick. But even though soccer dads can be exhausting, there are perks too. Because when his team does win, Dad is in a super good mood, and that's the best time to ask him, can we go out for ice cream? And of course, the answer is yes. Time to celebrate.
Our little wonder, Amira Beacon, ends Women's Month with her topic, Women of Wonder.
Good morning, one and all. Woman of wonder. She walks gracefully in high heels, beautifully and attractive. Always someone you can rely on. Can you guess who she is? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce my very own woman of wonder. She is my mom. My mom is an amazing woman. Every single moment is dedicated to her, from a picture on the wall to a scar on my face. My saddest or happiest moments. When I see my mom, I know that everything is going to be okay. Mom, you are my rock, my chef, my educator, the doctor, and domestic worker at home. I am truly grateful for all that you do. To my mom and every single female sitting amongst me today. Those at home helping with domestic chores. Those patiently educating us. Those working tirelessly to make ends meet. And those raising children single-handed. You are all wow, women of wonder. Thank you.
The cat is out of the bag. Zayan Aesop reveals the truth about little sisters.
The real truth about little sisters. I bet that you all think little sisters are made from sugarlicious candy. Well, here is a piece of my mind. My 5-year-old sister with a 10-year-old mouth is made from Tabasco sauce with a splash of sassy and a dash of crazy. Sabrine, 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 where do I start? She started off by stealing my thunder just 2 days before my 4th birthday. That was okay, as she couldn't sing yet, so I did not have to hear Dance Monkey all day long from the pop star wannabe. But here we are, 5 years later. A Saturday morning in the life of Zayan is tough. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. That's right. She wakes me up at 6 a.m. with the sound of her Elsa shoes. Believe it or not, my little sister's energy can power up South Africa during load shedding. Let me not get started on her daddy powers. Sabrine is Mr. Aesop wrapped around the little finger. One killer smile and he is under a spell. Do you all think lockdown 2020 was tough? You should have been in my house between March and June last year. Online learning was all about Sabrine using my webcam to see her conceited little self. Makes me wonder, my goodness, was I her once? Her mini tantrums and crocodile tears surely was the order of lockdown days. For the record, no matter how tricky she is, I am the big brother. No questions, no arguments. I will always protect her. Yes, I do have the best sister in the world. It's just that she is silly and scares me a little. Luckily for her, there is no staying angry for long. She has the creepy ability to sense my feelings and may just have me wrapped around the finger next to Daddy's. Someday she will know that she is the best brother in the world. #true story. Thank you.
We have been hearing a lot about siblings today. Raisa Moden elaborates on the youngest child syndrome.
I, Raisa Moden, standing for you with a list of complaints of enormous proportions. I know all of you have heard of middle child syndrome, the poor lost soul of the family, and eldest child syndrome, the responsible one in the family, Mr. Maturity, my brother. But what about us youngest kids? Aren't we supposed to be daddy's princesses and mommy's little angels? But yet, here we are, the forgotten children who've been given a rodeo. We are given the task of being the perfect after the child. The child whom parents can use to compare to other people's kids. The perfect straight A kid. I did not ask for all these responsibilities. Really, I did not. She's just a child, Shamira. My granny says, let her play outside, Shamira. But where is the time, Miss Grandmother? We are in the middle of this global pandemic, and my mother has exhausted all forms of entertainment, so now I'm forced to do extra revision. Between home and school and online lessons, I have no time to sleep, let alone play. On a Sunday, just when I think I can relax, all my little cousins come to visit. And who's supposed to watch over them? Make sure no one gets hurt and no one fights. You guessed, little old me. And there's taking the flak for my fudgety messy brother. Yes, Shamira Ann's name, your prince isn't that perfect. Day by day, my workload is increasing and my brain is decreasing. I am just a kid, given the time to play outside, not study for PhD at 9. I need a break. Anyone with a 6-year-old looking for an older daughter? No, sir, yes, I'll leave my number at the door.
We all know that someone who is always causing a ruckus and ending themselves in a sticky situation. Zidane Snalaji Chunara will talk about the super brat. No way.
The super brat. No way. Oh, he can melt hearts with his charming ways, but do not be fooled, for he can be very sly. He can cry and nag until tomorrow, but he can also give, feel, and love with all his heart. Rules are a must for everyone, but sometimes he can break them. He loves getting his brother into trouble, but no one is allowed to trouble his brother. He has to have his say, but he can say sorry when he is wrong. He imagines and dreams. First, a policeman, then a fireman, now a lifeguard and a famous YouTuber. There he was playing on the PS4, imagining the PS5. Why just imagine, he thought. So then came the conniving, planning, and finally execution of his brother. Here he is playing on the PS5. He knows his imagination is a powerful tool that can help him achieve the impossible. Mom just starts a conversation with somebody and there he goes. Mom, can I tell you something? Mom just sits down to eat. Mom, can you get me a glass of water? But when Mom is ill or tired, he knows how to love her madly and take care of her. So who is he? Not a super brat, but a super me. We are all a mix of things good and crazy, but that is what makes us all super me's. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of Division 2, which is the grade 2 and 3 learners. So I would implore you to please give them a hearty round of applause. I don't know about you, but I'm really enjoying the topics. I really love the fact that our learners are speaking from their hearts. And at this division, you know, they're talking about everything that's true to life for them. Their human as well as humorous experiences at school and at home. I must tell you, as teachers, we do find it very entertaining to hear how they interact with their siblings at home. But nevertheless, like we know, all siblings fight and yet they love one another to bits and pieces. One of the topics was Woman of Wonder. And at the back of my mind, I realized, or I thought to myself, that just has to be a mother. Because at the end of the day, a mother plays such a pivotal role in their children's lives, not forgetting fathers. So I have a beautiful quotation here for you mothers and fathers out there who take the time off to educate their children, to help their children, to assist their children. And I know that it's not easy. The quotation goes, and I start. Good parents have good hearts to accommodate little things that mean a lot to their children. Good parents have good hands to touch and shape the little things that mean a lot to the life of their children. Good parents have the good ears to listen and hear the little things that mean a lot to their children. And from what I have seen today, I can say that you are good parents. So I want you to give yourselves a round of applause for all the hard work and effort that you have been putting on and putting in to help your children to grow and to develop. We are still waiting for our adjudicators to tally up the scores. But again, I just want to share lovely quotations about children. And what I truly believe in is that behind every young child who believes in himself is a parent who believed in him first. And my other message to all those learners, I know your siblings sometimes do trouble you. Yes, they do irritate you, but I know that you love them to bits and pieces. There was a little boy who spoke about his sister troubling him. And here's my advice to you. There's no other love like the love for a brother, and there's no other love like the love from a brother. So even though we know that yes, our siblings do trouble us from time to time, but your love is unconditional. Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to ask the adjudicators, are we ready to go on to the next division? Okay, I'd like to call upon my co-MC Hasina. We are now commencing with Division 3.
Our first speaker in this division is Nasiha Rahman, who will tantalize your taste buds with her speech, Growing Up Deliciously.
Growing up deliciously. Today I am going to tell you what I want to be when I grow up. When I grow up, I want to become a chef. I want to become a chef because I love cooking and baking. I always help my mom to decorate delicious cakes when she bakes for my family. My love for pastry makes me want to try out new methods and ways of decorating pastries and cakes. As a chef, you get to travel around the world and try many exotic dishes from many exotic countries. From the delicious pasta in Italy to the crunchy tacos in Mexico to the creamy butter chicken in India. From the tasty New York cheesecake to the famous classic baklava in Turkey to the Queen's trifle in London. My favorite chef is Gordon Ramsay, and I want to own my own restaurant just like him. He inspires me with his love and passion for cooking, quality ingredients, and taste. I believe that a chef has the most important job because people are always hungry and there will always be a need for me to cook. Can you hear your tummies rumbling yet? Well, I'm sure that I can whip up something to fix that. Thank you.
You don't have to be bitten by a vampire or drink a disgusting magical elixir to love forever. Rahma Dokrat will now share the secret of true immortality.
Years old, you wouldn't look a day over 20. You could achieve anything you've ever wanted to without the fear of not being able to do it. If you were immortal, you wouldn't fear death. Instead, you would long for it. Like any contract, immortality comes with its own set of terms and conditions. Your wish for eternal youth will be granted. In exchange, you will have to watch as your family, friends, and loved ones die. The harsh reality of being immortal is that there is no use in loving forever when it means forever being alone. When you are granted immortality, you should consider yourself already dead as you roam the earth like a soulless husk, loving without a purpose. You would live without ambition. There would be nothing left for you to live for because you will never die. There is wisdom in death, even if we can't comprehend it. Without death, life would have no meaning. It would be an eternal suffering. However, I know the secret to an immortality that is not filled with heartache, grief, regret, or sorrow. True immortality is not living forever in the moment. No. True immortality is when you continue living even after you have died. True immortality lies in the memories others have of you. It is the smile on someone's face at the very mention of your name. It is the laughter of the young heart you have touched and the bittersweet tears that appear when they look at your picture. True immortality means being remembered. True immortality means being a good human being, a role model for others, someone younger people can look up to, someone people want to emulate, not because of your beauty and fame, but because of your kindness, bravery, and selflessness. Our actions dictate our future. They also dictate how someone thinks of you when you die. I think it's safe to say that no one would want to be remembered for the wrongs they committed or the pains they brought to others. A person who is remembered years after his death for the good he brought to others is one who has achieved immortality. The best way to leave your mark in this world is to leave it in the hearts of the people around you. Before I leave, I want to ask you a question. If you were to die today, what would you be remembered for? What is the legacy that you leave behind? And so in the words of Thomas Campbell, I leave you with this. To live in the hearts we leave behind is not to die.
We all hope for more time when the game ends. I now give you Yusha Umar to tell us about his topic, Extra Time for Effect.
Extra time. There have been many questions that humankind have asked, but not been able to answer. Deep, philosophical questions like, what is the meaning of life? Do aliens exist? And why is cheese so expensive? Well, there's only one thing that keeps me up all night, that is Cristiano Ronaldo a cyborg? Hear me out. At the age of 15, Ronaldo was diagnosed with racing heart arrhythmia and had to go for heart surgery. He was already an amazing athlete who was very talented, but just days after his big surgery, Ronaldo went back for training, and the great Sir Alex Ferguson had noticed him. He described Ronaldo as talent that he has never seen before, and Alex Ferguson had seen a lot. I mean, he is as old as the hills. Ronaldo joined Manchester United and became one of the best football players the world has ever seen. This all sounds great, but a little too familiar for my comic book liking. Doesn't a certain Iron Man also become a superhero after heart surgery? Coincidence? I think not. Ronaldo's body changed overnight. If that does not scream software update, I don't know what does. Now you still might be thinking, maybe he's just talented, or maybe he just works super hard. But I'm gonna counteract your argument with this. His son, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., or as I like to call him, Cristiano 2.0. His son appeared out of nowhere, looks just like him, and at the age of 9, he has scored twice as many goals for Juventus as his father since they moved to Italy. One thing is for certain, when you combine Ronaldo's work ethic, his superhuman abilities, you get the formula for the best football player in history, cyborg or not. With football fever upon us, you don't have to take the beautiful game too seriously. Here's a question for all you football fans. What does Cristiano Ronaldo and a magician have in common? They both do hat-tricks. I thank you.
Our final speaker in the third division is Amani Bulbulia. She asks, why are adults so confusing?
Grounded. Not again. This time, it wasn't even my fault. My mother said to give my brother whatever he wants to stop him from crying. How was I supposed to know that giving my brother the remote would mean it ends up in the toilet? This brings me to the question that I have been asking myself for as long as I can remember. To listen or not to listen? That is the question. I think of myself as an average 10-year-old. I go to school, do homework, go to madrasa, play games, watch TV, and more. This is my life. I love my life. I really do. However, when you throw in instructions like, Amani, go wash your hair on one day, and then the next day, Amani, who told you to wash your hair again? It's too cold. I understand parents need to teach us right from wrong. But can I tell you a secret? I don't think parents understand whether something is in fact right or wrong. Maybe it's to do with the lack of jumping around, or maybe when you reach a certain age. opposites are the same. Either way, it's so confusing. Let's take a normal, typical day. My brother and I will be watching a movie when he gets hungry. Being the responsible and big sister, which I am, of course, I get him a snack, like his favorite, Pop Shots. I think to myself, my mother will be happy that I am looking after my brother. Well, I thought wrong. My mother gets upset because it was almost time to eat and I spoiled his appetite. How was I supposed to know that it was almost time to eat? See what I mean? Or my father says to take the initiative to do things for myself. Well, I tried that. I made them breakfast. Sure, it was toast and a water and a flower I picked from the garden. But how was I supposed to know that the flower I picked from the garden had a slug on it? I hope you can see the pattern. Grown-ups are confusing. They tell you one thing at first and then the next day something completely different. Maybe age also brings memory loss? In any case, I have some advice for all the grown-ups out there. Keep it simple. One thing at a time. Maybe this will help you be better at your responsibilities. Be like us kids. If we are teaching someone to climb the monkey bars, that's only what we will do. Kids will ask a friend and the friend will instruct. We mean what we say and say what we mean, even if that meaning does not mean what you meant. See what I mean? I might have lost you there for a moment. Well, that's how us kids feel when you give us so many things to do with even more things. Maybe you can just instruct us to play all day and never do homework? Well, that's a very welcome instruction. I wouldn't mind any day, every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this almost completes our final speech contest as we have one more division to go. I must say well done again to our grade 4 and 5 learners. When I listen to the topics, I must admit that these are incredibly young, talented boys and girls. I really love the topics this evening. This morning, it made us reflect, it made us laugh, it made us think, and most importantly, it touched our hearts. After all, they say that the best speeches come from the heart and they reflect your passion. And that is exactly what we are seeing in our learners today. And if this is the caliber of speeches that we have so far, I can't wait for our last division to see what they have in store for us. There are so many topics that these learners have given us to ponder on. Topics such as life, death, new beginnings, relationship with parents. And I'm sure that many of you will leave the hall today with at least one thought in your mind about something that someone has said that will remain with you forever. We are again waiting for our judges to tally the scores. Just a reminder, at the end of our last division, we will be taking a short break so that the adjudicators can tally the scores once again. Like I said, there is a Redwood Academy banner at the entrance, so you are more than welcome to take photos with your learners, with your family members, and then if you could please commence back to the hall within about 5 minutes, where we will be ready then to announce the winners in each division. I would also please ask the teachers of the last division to please bring your learners through so that they are ready to start. So ladies and gentlemen, we're still waiting for the telling of the scores. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, are you having a good time today with your learners? I didn't hear that. I don't think you're so enthusiastic. I don't know if it's the cold in the air, but are you enjoying your time with your learners? I am certainly enjoying their speeches. It's so entertaining. It is so wonderful to see that our children are growing, that they are learning, and that is what Redwood Academy is all about. We give each and every single child an opportunity to try and do the best that they can, to work on their skills, to work on their abilities. It doesn't matter whether we win, whether we don't win. At the end of the day, these learners who have come here in this school to present their speeches and to do it in such an eloquent manner, such a confident manner, makes them winners already. We're going to give them one round of applause, a hearty round of applause to all our learners. And we are now ready to commence with the last section. I would like to call upon my MC Hasina, and we will commence. Thank you very much. Just a reminder, at the end of the session, you are welcome to take a short break. Please make use of the banner and take beautiful pictures of your learners. Thank you.
To be or not to be? That was the initial question. Our first speaker of Division 4, Abdullah Modem, debates whether or not to vaccine or not to vaccine.
The most satisfied I have felt in a long time was last week at Spurs Steak Ranch. It was off the charts and better than I could have ever hoped for. It was Dan's birthday and we had to celebrate at his favorite restaurant. Listening to Spotify over Bluetooth, Mom decided to change the tunes from cranking Head and Heart on High Felt to 702 in the President's address, while Dad was too busy speeding home before curfew ended. Apparently, there was good news to be shared. My fellow South Africans, I love how predictable the start of Cyril Mama's speeches are. 2 million doses of vaccines have reached the shores of South Africa, he said, unless you had your fortnight headphones on too tightly and didn't hear it the first time. Yes, the jabs have arrived in the country and a vaccination campaign is being rolled out. First will be healthcare workers, then teachers, and finally the third phase for the remainder of the population, ages 18 upwards. Phew! Hearing that was music to my ears. You see, I'm not really sure how I feel about taking the COVID vaccine or vaccines in general at my age. I know the coronavirus is serious, and I also know that recent studies say that it can be transmitted in kids, but I'm not just sure. I mean, I remember waiting at Dr. Kovacic surgery for hours just so Mom could fill out the blue clinic cards. I remember being petrified, but I also knew I couldn't start school without those injections. And the bigger motivator of taking them was to escape my home, where little human terrorists resided, aka my sister. I did some reading which stated that the COVID vaccine does not prevent the virus. It just boosts our immunity if we contract the illness. Apparently, it will also make our survival chances better. Gosh, let's not even go to what Mom's already giving me to boost my immunity. I'm sure you get me. Things like ginger tea, honey, vitamin C chewables, and the infamous yucky kalungi seeds. After weeks on these remedies, I honestly feel like I'm getting superpower status. There's no escaping them though. With the coronavirus staying with us for 2021 and a predicted fourth wave, I guess we just have to be patient and precautious. The vaccine is yet to prove itself even after trials in some countries being completed. If the first for SA, its people, and climate, it is something that has given people hope after losing so many loved ones to the virus and also recovering themselves from the virus. Life is not yet normal and we still go out in fear. How do you feel about taking the vaccine? Thank you.
Lending his voice to our furry friends, our next speaker is Chinime Udogu, and he is addressing the issue of animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty is not an option. Animals are our companions, our workers, our eyes and ears, and also our food. We have domesticated some of them while others remain wild and are sometimes endangered by our activities. They can be used in physical rehabilitations to help patients recover. Animals like dogs and cats have grown to be a man's best friend and have a right to life, love, and care. There are people who don't believe in loving animals and would rather ill-treat them. That is animal cruelty, also known as animal abuse or neglect. There is about 1 million animals abused each year. 32% of that is done by children. Can you even imagine that every 10 seconds an animal is abused in South Africa? Scary stats, hey? I know. Just last year, June 1st, 2020, my transport driver saw this beautiful golden retriever trying to cross the road from a distance. Instead of slowing down or hooting for the animal to run faster, he just decided to run over the innocent animal. Ever since he did that, he proved to us that he supported animal cruelty. Signs of animal cruelty are not providing water, food, shelter, and sanitation. Other signs are tucked tails, unexplained limping, and showing aggression and avoiding any physical contact. There are ways we can stop these acts. We can adopt a pet, take proper care of our pets, teach our children to show compassion towards animals, donate to a pet foundation, take stray animals to shelters where they can get proper love and care. People who mistreat animals are inhuman and should be stopped. Report animal cruelty to the authorities as it is a crime. Animal abusers will be prosecuted. Rhinos are killed every year for their horns. Elephants lose their tusks by poachers. Dogs are eliminated in domestic violence. Black cats are killed because people believe that they are used in witchcraft, which is stereotypical. Let us stand against these acts. Show love and affection towards animals. Remember, they have a right to life. Say no to animal cruelty. Thank you.
Tiana Gigic is our next speaker, and her topic reminds us of the first kings of earth.
Good morning. My name is Tiana, and today I'll be talking about the first kings of the earth. Way before .com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and selfie sticks. Way before McDonald's, Burger King, and bling bling. My tale is about a dark, cold, and scary world. A place where spine-chilling screams filled the night sky. A place with roars so loud, if you heard them, you would surely die. A time of wild volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and tornadoes. A time when being the slowest meant that you'd be eaten like jacket potatoes. With jaws and teeth so large, they left you in no doubt of who was in charge. Their skins as tough as a modern-day tank, claws and fangs that gave them the top rank. Some were small and would crawl, while others were as large as trade route mall. At night, they would all howl, Triceptus, Velociraptor, Tyrannosaurus. Oh wow, they would make such a chorus. Way before Gucci, Fendi, and Nike. Way before Bad Boys 3 with Marcus and Mike. My tale is about nights so dark where eyes were glowing in the crowd. Nights so dark, it would make ESCOM proud. They first appeared during the Triassic times with canines dripping blood and slime. A place where T-Rex was treated like royalty and Stegosaurus showed great loyalty. A diverse group of reptiles spread over hundreds of miles. Some were furry like birds with wings. Some ate grass and other plant-like things. Way before Newton's gravity, Edison's electric bulb, and Miley Cyrus. Way before Ramaphosa, his ANC, and the coronavirus. My tale is about a time where lightning and thunder would crack through the night, the earth shaking and trembling as giants fight. Imagine a place without the human race. Imagine a place with creatures you wouldn't dare face. A time they thought would never end until a meteor the universe sent. You see, because way before we were kings, they were here.
Our next speaker, Rizwana Fakir, pays tribute to all the women and children today as she speaks about violence against women and children.
Good morning to my teachers, parents, and fellow classmates. I am here today to talk to you about the violence against women and children, which continues unabated. I would also like to ask you to help stop violence against women and children. Violence against women and children has been going on for many generations. Do not get me wrong, some men are also abused. However, abuse against women and children has never been more prevalent in our society as it is today. It takes a devastating toll on the lives of victims, on their families, and on society as a whole. Most societies prohibit such acts of violence, as do most religions, yet the reality is that too often it is covered up or silently condoned. Statistics show that 58% of women in South Africa have reported cases of violence against women and children. 784,967 of women are likely to experience some form of abuse before the age of 17. Yes, they are likely to experience abuse. As a society, we estimate the likelihood with such confidence instead of working together to say, no more abuse in our society will be tolerated. Violence against children has not only increased but has transformed into human trafficking at an enormous rate. Kids are abducted on a daily basis, and if not raped and killed, they can never be found. They are taken from their homes to live lives of sex slaves or organ donors. A child goes missing every 5 hours in South Africa. 77% of children are found. Sadly, this still leaves us with at least 23% of the children being either never found, trafficked, or found deceased. Children are also the most vulnerable victims of gender-based violence, as we cannot defend ourselves. Whilst teenagers my age are worried about trivial things like owning the latest iPhone or impressing the grade 10 boy with the coolest haircut, I am worried about not being a statistic. As a young girl, I am hurt, I am afraid, and I am angry. This country is known for the rights of every individual being respected, yet, as a community, we have chosen to stand back and watch. Some even video these disgusting acts of violence and post them on Facebook. Why? Why stand by and witness this and do nothing? Why do we choose not to step in and stop it? If your family is important to you, why somebody else is not? Many are guilty of this behavior and don't even realize it. I just teased her about the way she looked today and reminded her that she isn't good enough to do that. I don't physically abuse my wife. I've never put my hands on her. This is abuse. This is mental abuse. This is emotional abuse. The most common misunderstanding of the word abuse is that it needs to leave a mark, bruise, or open wound on the abused. Although we have campaigns running on televisions, radio stations, and social media, people have stood up and said enough. But until all of us don't stand up and say enough, it will never stop. A simple way to say enough is to respect your women and children in the same manner you expect respect as men. A simple way is to teach your sons that they are not superior to your daughters in any way, rather they are protectors. A simple way is to call out this behavior in our society and not allow the men who bully their wives and beat their children to go on being respected in our communities. I do not have the answers. I am therefore asking you to help stop violence against women and children. We are not statistics.
Is teaching my granny to
It was a warm, sunny Sunday afternoon. Tea was served at my grand's place, as was the usual custom in my family. Casually sipping on my tea, Gran begins to tell me that she is tired of being left out of the family group chats and that her younger cousins were sending each other chumma messages as well as amazing recipes, while she just sat on the sidelines and observed. But my Gran, being my Gran, didn't stay sad for too long. She went out and bought herself a smartphone and came to me for help on how to use it. Now, as you can see, I am a Gen Z boy. I grew up surrounded by technology. My mood is pretty much controlled by the strength of the Wi-Fi. So I took on the challenge. I mean, how hard could it really be? After all, technology was made simple enough for anyone to use. Well, almost anyone. After tea, my gran came walking down the passage with her glasses around her neck and her smartphone in her hand, eagerly gazing at me to begin the training. She was excited, pretty much like a preschooler on their first day of school. So I began with the simple stuff. WhatsApp for starters. This would remedy the problem of her feeling left out, and she grasped this pretty quickly. Feeling all chuffed about my teaching skills, at the rate we were going, my gran would be tech savvy in no time. Her next request was that I teach her how to use her email, for whatever grown-ups need it for. In my experience, emails were only needed to purchase games and apps, and for that, we used Mum. Can't say Mum liked that idea very much though. I started by telling her she needed to find the Gmail application, to which she exclaimed, "No, I need email, my boy, email." Once I was able to explain that Gmail was actually an email application, I showed her how to type one by typing one to myself. I directed her to the send button when she completed the contents, to which she curiously inquired, "So where should I insert the stamp?" And like you, I was also really confused. Moving on, I felt some consolation that we were nearing the end. I exclaimed with joy, "Okay, Nani, let us see if it worked and if I have received your email." She sincerely reminded me that it was a Sunday, and mails don't get delivered on a Sunday. Then the internet. Oh boy, was that an experience. I told her to open the browser, and my gran asked, "What do my browser have to do with the internet?" I almost gave up right there, but I took a deep breath and moved along. "Okay, Nani, next we have to open a window," when suddenly my grandma got up and walked away. I thought she sensed my impatience, so I exclaimed, "We are not done yet, Ma." But she reassured me, and I quote, "Oh, I know that. I'm just opening the window like you asked." As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, it was indeed eventful, but we eventually got there. The next week, I received an email from my grandma's address. I was extremely excited and felt a slight sense of achievement myself until I opened it, and the entire content was in the subject line. I guess she'll be needing a refresher sooner than I thought. Wish me luck, guys. I am going to need it. Thank you.
It's that awkward phase of our life. We are all forced to face it. That's right, ladies and gents, I'm talking about puberty. Our next speaker is Talha Umar, and his topic, holy hormones.
Holy hormones. All new parents dread it. The baby books talk about it. The older, wiser parents have advice about it. Suddenly, you faced with it. The terrible twos, strong opinions, learning to walk, learning to talk, and learning how to throw tantrums. But wait, there's more. The terrible twos get a lot of attention, but people fail to mention there is something far worse, something more destructive and even scarier. Holy hormones, it's the terrible teens. Now, the kids are walking away, they are talking back, and their acne-fueled tantrums contain just one word: whatever. It begins with these typical signs that will either leave you biting your nails or giggling at the funny anecdotes. Right. Gear yourself up for what I'm about to share. It all starts at growing out of clothes at record speed, or what I like to call hulking out. I actually skipped 3 whole shoe sizes in a span of 6 months, and my mom complains that she has to shop for shoes for me in the men's section. In fact, the speed at which teenagers grow has an eerie similarity to avocados. Hear me out. You know how when you buy some ripen at home avos for like 1 million rand for a pack of 4? For an entire week, the avos are too hard, and then you get one golden day when the avos are perfect. Not one brown spot, not one mushy area. Perfection. But must this stay, and it is mushville from there on out. Next thing, teenagers just can't stop eating. When you find yourself buying eggs in cartons of 36 every single week, you know you are smack in the middle of puberty. But that's not all, folks. Privacy becomes a top priority for a teen. We start hibernating in our rooms, only coming out for food and rides. But please, don't panic. It's okay because we really need space at this age. Next up is a change in our language. When our newly discovered swear words aren't being used, a teenager's language skills revert back to a beautiful mix of toddlerhood with a hint of caveman. For example, a typical drive home from school can sound something like this. Hi, sweetheart, how was your day? How was school? Are you hungry? We talk like this unless we are in front of another set of parents. Then we instantly become Shakespeare. Or, if we're in front of a pretty girl, we go full on caveman. It's also probably a hint that the teen years are upon you when you realize, wait, it's your child that smells like a goat. My voice has changed so much over the past year, from sounding like a squeaky little kid to sounding like somebody's father. Mom says I should be glad I don't sound like Peter de Villiers. Dad says I should be glad I don't sound like David Beckham. In the animal kingdom, deeper male voices are often used at frightening off predators and other males. And they also appear to be more attractive to females. So I guess they are porks. Let me try that again. So I guess they are porks. Hey, ladies! So, folks, when your son's voice starts sounding like nothing you ever heard before, and he is sporting a massive pimple on the top of his nose before picture day, just remember, it's the holy hormones. And, because we are inclusive in 2021, when your daughter's moods are like a box of chocolates. That's right, moms. Say it with me. You never know what mood you're gonna get. I thank you.
super strength, telepathy, and laser vision. So many superpowers to choose from, so many possibilities. What would you do with a superpower? We end off today's program with Shahil Saban and his topic, If I Had a Superpower.
My day. My day always starts off with screams, screeches, and shouts, almost like a military. Every day, for as long as I can remember, I do not ever get to hear the soothing chime of a cell phone alarm, nor the pestering sound of a grandfather clock doing its thing at the strike of an hour. Oh no. All I ever hear is, Shahil, wake up. Have you packed your bag? Don't forget your assignment. Or the worst one yet, if you don't wake up now, just wait and watch what happens. Being in grade 7 has revealed to me things that have never even crossed my mind. The older I'm getting, the more I am realizing that life need not be as strenuous as we are made to believe it is. If I had a superpower, just one superpower in the whole wide world, I would want the ability to calm my mother down. Believe me, you'll understand why. When I have homework, it's too stressful for my mom for me to complete, if that even makes sense. And guess what? Even when I don't have homework, instead of taking the opportunity to enjoy her life, she will go crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean crazy. She stresses that she's not getting her money's worth at school because she is paying fees and I'm not getting any reinforcement. Even when I don't have homework or get it done, it's either too sloppy, not good enough, or not neat enough. During her crazy rounds of picking me up and dropping me to school, which by the way is crazy on its own. Shout out to the person in the white Honda who doesn't know what drop-off zone means. She will pray every day for school holidays to make its way. Yet when the level 5 lockdown was announced, you would think she would be over the moon. Yet she frantically explained, "Oh my God, online school is going to be the death of me." I hope you all know what I have to suffer through. She is such a ball of stress waiting to explode that she even stresses about any kind of de-stress activity my dad tries to butter her up with. A spider should have been more than calming, yet she wouldn't leave the house. Guess Dad's not watching the game tonight. If I had the superpower of being able to push a button that will sprinkle some happy dust in her life and make her calm at the same time, I would push it like it was the golden buzzer on AGT. Pure bliss. When I tell you that it would be a dream come true, you know I mean it. But then again, if my mom wasn't the stress ball and panic machine, if I may add, that she already is, I'm sure I wouldn't have accomplished nearly any of my many achievements to date. And I probably wouldn't be the amazing, well-rounded person, evidently, as you all know, that my stressed-out mother molded me into. And I definitely wouldn't have had my life in order or been able to get things done the way I am able to. So in conclusion, I would just like to let you all know that sometimes the pressure we undergo is only helping us to shine brighter. And I'm not just saying that to get butter chicken tonight. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the last division, and now we need to wait upon our judges for their final decisions regarding first, second, and third position. But just a few notes on the last division and the topics that were chosen. I'm sure that you have noticed as the grades have progressed, the topics have progressed as well. When you look at the type of topics and the type of information that was presented in the last page, they were really very relevant, very pertinent topics. Topics which you and I can relate to, like coronavirus, puberty, violence against women and animals. And, you know, I'm really grateful that these children have worked so hard and their presentations were superb. It was age appropriate and it was so enthusiastically presented. I even loved the one about someone mentioning the birthday cake in Mars, and I was thinking to myself, you know, now with coronavirus, remember how everyone used to eat the cake after someone had blown the candles? Nobody does that anymore, and how many things have changed in life. I also like the part where pupils talk about how grandparents are not so techno-savvy, and I feel like I'm one of them because children sometimes teach us more than we know. So thank you so much, children, for all your enlightening topics, for the humor, for everything that you have presented today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short 10-minute break to give our adjudicators some time to finalize their scores. As I've mentioned earlier, you are welcome to take a break, go outside, take some valuable photos of you, your kids and the family, and we will assemble at 12:30 in 10 minutes time. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Can I please ask all participants and parents to have a seat? Okay, so we have finally come to the end of the speech contest. I know that the parents, the pupils, all of you sitting here are wondering what are the results going to be. But before we tell you that, we are going to keep you in suspense for a little bit longer because I just want to talk a little bit about our judges. Like I said, I'd like to thank you once again for taking your time to be here and to share your expertise with us. Our first judge is Najmun Nisha Muhammad, who's known as Appa Naja, who was the principal of Nurul Islam School. She is a successful and passionate person who really loves teaching, and she desires to provide a quality and well-rounded educational experience to all learners. Besides that, she is insightful, ambitious, she's a relationship builder, and a community worker. Our other judge is Madam Serena. Madam Serena has a Master's in Education specializing in Educational Management and Leadership. She has been teaching for the past 22 years. She has been at LMA Preschool, Little Angels, Harmony Primary, Flamingo Primary, Al-Aqsa, and LMS. She's taught grades R to grade 7 and subjects all across the board. So she certainly has a lot of experience, especially with the English department and the English Teacher Society. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Madam Serena as she gives us a breakdown on today's speeches.
Good afternoon to everyone. It's just amazing being here, an honor being here to come and adjudicate after a long while after the COVID. And really, it was just too difficult to get our winners. It was just an onerous task. But as we got to know, I'm so happy about being of Redwood taking the initiative and having a speech contest. Because with COVID, I think, and the ETS, everything's just been on hold for the past 2 years. And just all the participants taking part, they all winners. Coming here in front, having the platform, and when you're in front, one advice for me, my advice to you, is that is your time. You are the boss. You are the boss of the whole audience. So this is your time when you're on the platform. You don't need to rush. And the standard was very high. Especially the little ones, they were so cute coming up, so enthusiastic, and I hope it stays like that till matric. Because what happens initially, they so enthusiastic to take part, and when they get to matric, you just see them fading away. It's like leaves falling off the tree. A little advice is the topics were good, it was appropriate, it was age appropriate. Some of us went too fast through it, but we will learn. We all learn from our mistakes. And a hat off to all the teachers who were here training them all the time. And I'm telling you, with the new curriculum, you have to actually fight for time with all the challenges to look for their time to train them. But let's applaud to all our participants, and they all deserve first. But what do? We have to give trophies. Thank you.
I'd like to call upon our two judges again, Serena. If you can please come back on stage, and Appa Naja, just to say thank you so much for your time and for your effort. A little gift from Redwood Academy. Well done. Can we have a round of applause for our adjudicators? I do agree with Madam Zarina when I say that all our learners today are winners. And for your participation, for your effort, each and every learner will be receiving a certificate. So I am going to be calling up the learners per grade and per division. When you hear your name, please come on stage and Madam Farana and Madam Nasima will present the awards. First, Ilham Rubic. Zaina Mutala. Zoe Nijker. Taskeen Bika. Taskeen Bikan, sorry. Myra Saluji. And Hafsa Bibi Karim. Parents, you are welcome to take photos. Contestants, please just stand as you are. Hold your certificates in front of you. This is a monumental moment. It's a proud moment for you, for your parents, for your teachers, for all of us. We are so proud of you, and all of you have done exceptionally well. Okay, one hearty round of applause. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to our first division. Well done. We will announce the first, second, and third position. But first, we need to continue with the second division. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we go on to Division 2. Iman Hafaji, please come up to stage. Umar Saluji. Amira Beacon. Zayan Isuf. Raisa Moden. And Zidane Salaji Chunara. Parents, don't be shy. You have time. Come take your pics quickly. This can go on in the archives, something to remember them by. As we know, time passes by so quickly. Before we know it, these children will be in grade 7 and in grade 9. And these are memories to cherish for the rest of their lives. Thank you. We now go on to the next division, which is Division 3. I'd like to call upon Nasima Rahman, Rahma Dokrat, Yusha Umar, and Amani Bulbulya. Okay, where's our parents taking pics of this monumental moment? A round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. This brings us to the last division, Division 4. I'd like to call upon Abdullah Moden, Shaneem Odogu, Misha Amanji, Tiana Gigich, Rizwana Fakir, Isa Arif, and Talha Umar. Lastly, Sahil Subhan.
There's quite a few.
Okay, there we have our parents, very, very proud parents taking photos. Well done. Last round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay.
We are keeping you in suspense a little bit longer. I'm sure you're sitting there and wondering, what position did my child take? Is she going to be first, second, or third? But nevertheless, as we saw here, they are all winners in our eyes. Before I announce the winners, I would like Madam Farana to present appreciation certificates to our matriculants who assisted us this morning. Hasina from grade 12B and Krillin from grade 12B.
Farana.
over. You need to stop perspiring, relax. I'm going to call upon my colleague Merifarana, and she is going to announce the winners of the first, second, and third position.
So for Division 1, our most promising speaker today was Taskin Bikan. Third position goes to Zoe Naika.
Wait here to skin.
Second position goes to Ilham Rubic.
Let him on wait, stand in line. 1, 2, 3. Stand in the line so your parents can take photos.
And first position goes to Zaina Mutala.
Stand here. Stand here. Down in a line there. Wait. Go this way.
You can go now.
Division 2, our most promising speaker was Zayan Esop.
Well done, Zayan. Congratulations. Hold the certificate. Stand here. Just stand here on this one.
Second position goes to Amira Beacon.
Come on, baby. Farana. Second position.
The third position goes to Zidane Saliji Chunara.
Goes to Raisa Moden. For Division 3, the most promising speaker was Nasiha Rahman.
Congratulations, my baby. And here's your certificate. Can stand here on the left. Just here. Thank you.
Third position, Yusha Umar.
Congratulations, Yusha. You did so well. There's your certificate in one room. Stand next to her.
Second position, Rahma Dokra. First position, Amani Bulbulya. Parents, we're almost done, so please be patient with us and wait until the end of the ceremony. Our fourth division, most promising speaker today was Tiana Kijik. Shahil Suban. Second position, Isa Ara. In our first position, I'm sure it goes without saying, Stella Umar. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our annual speech contest. But before we leave, I'd just like to do a vote of thanks and to thank everyone who was involved in the process. Firstly, I think we need to thank our contestants. They were the stars and the highlight this morning. And I feel that everyone participated was a winner. So again, one last time, we are going to give them a hearty round of applause. Our thanks goes out to the educators of the English Committee at Redwood Academy for organizing the event, as well as the teachers and the parents who helped train our pupils for today. We would like to also thank our matriculants, Krillin and Hasina, for helping with the decor and the setup of the hall. We'd also like to thank Madam Fatima Dokrat, Madam Rihana, Madam Nasima Mohammed, Madam Kiran, Madam Farana, and Viral from our IT department. Thank you so much. A big thanks goes out to the principal and management at Redwood Academy for allowing our stars to showcase their talents today. To Madam Alia for the decor and Mrs. Mutala for assisting with the setup of the hall. To Mr. Ahmed for arranging the medals and the trophies. And again, a special shout out to our amazing IT team, Mr. Viral and Mr. Pratik, who were instrumental in live streaming this event that took place today, as well as the event that took place for our high school learners on Wednesday. I'd like to bring to your notice that this is the first school in Indonesia that has actually done that, because due to coronavirus restrictions, speech contests were banned. We were not allowed to have speech contests. And as a school, we felt that we want to give our children the opportunity. And Redwood Academy, as it is, we are technologically advanced. We are in the forefront of everything that takes place, and we are sometimes, I think, always the first to do something new. And this was something brand new for us. And I must tell you, the success rate on Wednesday was phenomenal. The live streaming took place where there was total social distancing and parents were able to view the entire contest at home. As of today, it is exactly the same. Unfortunately, we could not bring grandparents, aunts, uncles, because usually our hall is filled. But, however, they still had the chance to watch it because of our wonderful IT team. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to our audience, and we hope that you have a wonderful weekend ahead. Thank you so much for attending. Take care and go well.